Hi guys, welcome back.
So we last left Argus contemplating his missing
Forests and the cockroach.
So we're going to rip straight into it and we're going to get to the end of chapter 3. Lexington flipped through her notebook and read from it.
The eagle likes us. It doesn't like you. We are from here. The eagle must be as well. And you are not. Animals are known to grasp character better. Seems maybe you are not what you say you are.
Whatever, Argus said.
Your actions and tone threaten him.
Melaleuca said. Like, I don't know what Big Bird wants. It could be a trick from the enemy.
My feelings say otherwise. The facts agree with her feelings.
Lexington said. Finally, Quixote said in a low voice, earning stares from both the girls. Anger and weariness mixed in Argus's face. You know nothing about it. It could have come from those men who right now, as we speak, are trekking up this hill. Or have we forgotten? Melaleuca searched Argus's gnarled old face for the truth of his words. Thick skin like an elephant's trunk covered his face and his eyebrows bushed out large and deep lines crawled away from the corner of his eyes, curving down the side of his cheek.
He speaks sincerely. Equally, our parents could have sent it.
Melaleuca said. Fine, suit yourself. Way too old for this. No gold is worth this. He walked away from them and headed downhill. Maybe we could fly on it, Quixote yelled after him. Argus held up 2 fingers to Quixote in a gesture none of them understood.
To what?
Lexington asked. The cockroach beat its great wings and launched itself into the air, creating a powerful downdraft, knocking them over. It flew higher and higher and higher and higher until it appeared like a normal-sized bird. It circled a few times and then let out a loud cry that sounded like the roar of thundering bulls, almost as if ancient memories were coming to life after being dormant for eons. It's been trapped for many years. It's crying freedom, Ari said. Lexington scrawled furiously in her notebook and her eyes started to blink rapidly, a sign Melaleuca had come to see as Lexington's mind overanalyzing.
Rick, so much to consider, too much. I wish I could freeze things. Why did Ari say that? What is he based it on?
The cockroach circled tighter and tighter and tighter until the circle became a dot. The dot stayed in one place and slowly became larger and larger and larger. It's going to attack, Ari yelled.
How do you know that?
Lexington said, flummoxed. Look, he cried out, duck! The cockroach bore down on them at incredible speed. Thin streams and wisps of vapour trailed behind his outstretched wings.
It's going for Argus!
Lexington screamed.
I knew he was bad!
The cockroach roared by, ripping up such turbulence that Melaleuca and the others flipped up into the air. She managed to catch sight of the cockroach dropping over into the valley before she landed hard. Ari, Quixote and Lexington landed beside her and an earth-shattering boom blasted from the valley. A shockwave flew over the pass, blowing right over them, echoing loudly. For a few brief moments, it felt as if the boom had lodged in their chest, and with stunned faces they swapped glances. Then silence. Quixote stood first and yelled, "Yeah! Yeah! Do it again!"
Everyone else okay?
Melaleuca said. I'm fine, Ari replied, though I'm not sure about Lex. Lexington stood as if frozen in time, not breathing, staring off into space. Ari shook her. Lexington? Melaleuca raced over to help her.
What's wrong with her now?
She's not breathing. Argus arrived on the spot and whacked Lexington hard on the back. Oi! Ari cried out and punched Argus back. Lexington gasped and drew in a huge breath. Idiot, Argus said. I was making her breathe. She was mesmerised.
Explain?
Melaleuca said, unimpressed. The explosion overwhelmed her. She was stuck.
You could have said something before hitting her.
Before he could reply, Quixote ran past and started circling everyone. Can we see it again? Argus's face showed strain and tiredness. No, enough. Follow me, now. He headed downhill, yelling over his shoulder. That bird attacked the men following you. I'm guessing so that you can escape. I was wrong about it. Melaleuca placed a hand on Lexington's back.
Are you okay? Yes.
She nodded.
I don't know what happened. Everything is happening too fast. I can't get it written down. I need some time to think.
A hollow worry fell across her face. She needs a clearing, Ari said. Much mystery surrounded all the events so far, and though Lexington was best suited to sort out the facts, the urgent need was to flee, not stop and analyse. Melaleuca placed 2 hands on Lexington's shoulder.
Lex, listen. We need to get to the bottom of the hill. I know this is asking a lot, but until we get there, you will need to stop thinking about this. We will clear ourselves when we get to the bottom.
Move! Argus shouted. Your parents will meet you at the bottom. Down along the ridges they descended at a steady trot, passing by what remained of the apparent forest, a few stunted mountain trees here and there. Down narrow goat tracks, past rocks and through scrubby tussock they trundled, heading to the valley's swamp floor. Early evening rushed up and soon darkness and the chilly air wrapped around them. Halfway down the moon rose and bathed the hillside in dull moonlight. Small animals leapt around in front of them and goats brayed in the distance, and even rutting pigs grunted up from one of the gullies. Melaleuca studied Argus ahead of her and noted him trip on his own feet. He scuffed them forward, unable to lift them very high.
He's exhausted.
Ari, take the lead, a tired sounded Argus said. Ari ran out in front, followed by Quixote, who made zapping noises as he overtook Argus. Slowed the pace a bit as well, he said, and looked at Melaleuca. If the leader approves.
Approved. Really?
Lexington said from behind Melaleuca, and she heard Lexington flicking the pages of a notebook.
Argus?
Lexington said.
I'd like to know where you're from.
Shh, keep quiet, he replied.
I've been thinking about you. Seems that I was wrong back there about the eagle going for you. I'm not surprised. It was a hasty conclusion, but not something I'm good at.
No matter. Less talk, more walk.
I am better at thinking about things, noting things, picking up on things that others miss in their haste. Slower, yes, but thorough. You see, I've been analysing you all this time.
Tell me later. Shut up for now.
I know things by just knowing things.
Melaleuca added.
Knowing is one thing, Mel, and I provide the reason why.
Lexington said in a slighted tone.
Working together, we can solve anything.
Melaleuca said. Work together on this, Argus said. Shut up! Melaleuca took the hint and bade Lexington to do likewise. Argus whirled about, and Melaleuca had to stop herself running into him. She felt Lexington bump into her, and Argus stared uphill to some worrying sight.
Boys!
She called out, and they stopped a small distance ahead and headed back. Drop to the ground, now, Argus said. Melaleuca fell to the ground and the others followed suit, and along with her cousins peered uphill into the cold, moonlit land. Can you hear that? Argus said. Melaleuca only heard the normal noises of the land and saw the others shrug their shoulders and look blank at each other.
We do not.
Melaleuca whispered back. Argus spoke with a smug air. There is a line of silence. Only those who have spent hundreds of nights behind enemy lines being chased can hear it. Listen again, and this time, listen for where the silence falls. Imagine you are sitting on a clock. Uphill is 12 o'clock. A line of silence is falling along one of the numbers. Listen for where it falls. They listened again, straining to hear the silence. Uphill, 12 o'clock, Ari said. Yes, Argus agreed. Something is moving downhill, something that is creating silence as it passes, Argus said. Suddenly Melaleuca could hear it. A slow, encroaching lack of noise, moving like a silent tide down the hill, spreading out like a fan. Run, Argus said. Quixote took the lead and threw his feather-light frame with reckless abandon down the hill, thrilling in the sensation of pretend flying. Ari thundered behind him, steady-footed, kicking clear a small path for the others to follow. Melaleuca nimbly stuck as close to Ari as possible while Lexington struggled to keep up. Come on, pick up the pace, Argus yelled at Lexington. The rest of the night they fumbled and picked their way down the hill, trying to outrun the silence. As pre-dawn light flitted over the horizon, they arrived at the bottom of the hill and turned to see what had been following them.
Right, that is the end of the chapter.
So if you want to find out what was following them, it's chapter 4, so you have to go to the next video to see what's following them. But again, if you're impatient and you can't wait, there's the free link below. You can get the free ebook of the Amiga Children, The Return of the Marauders, or as Catherine says, you can get a print copy. So quite a bit actually happened in that one. We've got the Cockroach dive bombed what was thought of them, but the Cockroach's obviously on their side because it dive bombed the enemy, that scout that was running away.
What do you think's following them?
Well, I know, of course,
Yeah,
but
what?
is it the army? Maybe the army's following them. They're moving silently down the hill.
Yeah, but if they saw them start running, they'd go, "Get back here, you bastards!"
Maybe they would say that. Maybe they wouldn't.
Maybe that's what they'd think.
Yes, that is true. But maybe this army just moves silently. Maybe that's what's following them.
Maybe, just maybe, it's not the army.
Obviously, there's still a bit of angst between Lexington and Melaleuca, and that's obviously going to become a big issue as the story goes on. But anyway, that's enough from me.
Ciao!
Okay,